Hello, good afternoon. So, today is one day after the launch of my book, and I completely blanked on the title The Spark Method: How to Write a Book for Your Business Fast. And I'm chilling in my living room for a few minutes before I meet up with a client. So, I wanted to talk with you guys a little bit on a personal level. I just did a live on my standard Facebook page that was kind of a shout out to everybody saying thank you. So if you did download it yesterday, thank you for your part in the launch. If you were one of my reviewers, thank you for that as well. But I wanted to talk in my group because I know you guys are more interested in like the nitty gritty, the nuts and bolts, all that kind of stuff of the book launches. And so I wanted to just talk for a couple minutes about some of the stuff that was going on. So I started the book launch process a little less than a month ago because it's the end of January right now, and I didn't want it to overlap with Christmas and New Year's. It gets a little crazy. I do not recommend trying to do book launch stuff over top of holidays because it's not on people's radar. They already have a lot of stuff going on, lots of things to worry about. Even if they aren't celebrating Christmas, there are probably other things in their lives going on at the end of December. Um, you know, Thanksgiving, Christmas stuff, New Year's, Hanukkah, anything else going on. Lots of stuff going on. Not to mention, kids are home from school. So if people have little ones, then they are entertaining them and trying to deal with all of the craziness that comes with that. We know firsthand about that. My oldest is 7, she's in first grade, and my youngest is in her second year of preschool. So we're still home most of the time. So all of that stuff going on, I recommend not overlapping with December for a launch. You can absolutely reach out to people like early December and say, hey, I'm thinking about this for January, but I would not recommend trying to launch a book in December. So what I did was I started at the beginning of January. I pulled together a list of like 80 people, and I thought, these are people I interact with pretty often. They're friends, they're other entrepreneurs, so they understand where I'm coming from. So they're not just people that I'm, cold calling saying, hey, would you be willing to read my book? These are all people that I thought would at least consider it, even if they weren't able to. And I got positive responses from, I believe, 42 of those people. So a little over half, which is good. I was actually expecting, maybe 20 people, but 40 was awesome. And that also left room for, just in case something happened. If somebody wasn't able to get on that day, or if they completely forgot, or if their kids got sick, or, something else happened in January, then I had plenty of buffer, plenty of extra people to go on and post their reviews. And I was kind of targeted with who I picked because it was mostly people who I thought they could be interested in writing a book too. So it's not just something that they're going to read and go, oh, that was wonderful, I'm going to be nice to Corey and post a nice review. It's something that they might actually use themselves. So I try to be very conscious of who I was reaching out to. So I didn't reach out to my cousin, who may have had time, but it's not something she's going to be terribly interested in. So when you're writing a business book, I would start by thinking about that kind of stuff. Who's going to actually be interested in this? Who would probably say yes to helping me out? Because believe me, when you sit down to write 80 emails, and especially somebody like me, like I came from an environment, I used to work for the government, and we were basically told, like, sit down, shut up. Nobody likes your opinion. Nobody wants your opinion. Nobody wants to hear from you. You better be able to figure all this out on your own because we're not going to give you any guidance, but we're going to be pissed about whatever the results are no matter what you do. And don't bother the scientists. So with all that kind of stuff going on, I had a lot of garbage in here that was telling me nobody wants to read your book. Nobody wants to help you. Nobody wants to hear from you. So I had to really sit there with that and marinate for a long time before I could actually start writing 80 emails and reaching out to people and asking them to do something for me. Now, I am usually the person who's reaching out saying, hey, I'm happy to help you. I say yes to a lot of stuff. Sometimes it's more than what I can handle, but I always want to help people. I always want people to succeed. But traditionally, I have not felt the same way about my own life. I have not always felt like people wanted me to succeed or they really cared that I'm even here sometimes. So sitting down to write all these emails, I had to just keep saying in my head, this book is a gift, this book is a gift, this book is a gift. Because that got me into the right place to write a kind email and say, hey, this is what I'm doing, and I'm reaching out to you because I would love it if you could read this and post a review for me. I would really appreciate your help. And I did it. I wrote 80 emails with that. This is a gift. This is a gift. I'm giving them a gift. A book is a gift. I mean, it's a pretty awesome gift. So I just kept telling myself that, and that gave me, the level of courage to be able to actually reach out to everybody and say, hey, I would like to give you this. Would you be willing to just write a review for me? And honestly, I did not say a positive review. I did not say a 5-star review. I left that up to them. And then if somebody decided this book is crap and they didn't want to write a review, that was fine. But I was giving them a gift saying, here's this gift. Would you accept this gift from me? And in exchange, I would love it if you could go on Amazon and help me out. That felt really good to me to be able to do that. And even a couple people said, I'm not sure if I would have time. And I said, you know what? Could I give it to you anyway? And if you don't have time, don't worry about it, but you still have this gift. So, that's one way to look at it, is when you need people to help you out, you're giving them a gift. And you always approach it with that mindset. I'm giving this to you, and you can use it however you need to, but I'm asking if you would do this for me. Okay? So that was just something that I had to work on a little bit. That was kind of tough from the beginning, but with a little bit of time, I did get to the point where I could reach out and do that. And honestly, I think that was the toughest part of the launch process for me, was reaching out and asking about reviews. I'm usually pretty good about social media. I'm pretty good about hopping on and doing videos. I'm good about posting. So that stuff I just changed to like, hey, we're just getting attention to the book. And I did actually bring on a marketing person to handle my Spark Method page, and to help out with a little bit of that stuff, like creating some of the posts. And she was amazing. Mandy Pryor, for anybody who's local, who knows her, she was a big help with that. And she's also going to be working on my live launch. So I did have that help. I did not invest in the Amazon bestseller package. I know people who help people with that. And if you need that kind of help, reach out. Take that off your plate. There are people who will do that. My friend Stacey Rasky does that. She's also a best-selling author, so she's had, personal experience with this. I did not use that service because I wanted to see what it was like myself, and I felt like, I'm pretty equipped. I can probably do this myself, and I did. And it wasn't as crazy as I thought it was. So I just wanted to hop on and talk a little about the feelings going on in the background, and the fact that I did this, and I did it, a lot of it on my own. I did have a little bit of help, but, I've followed launches before, so I've seen a lot of this stuff going on. I knew what to do, and I felt like I was ready, and we did it. Yay! So, if you have questions about launching your book, or if you ever are feeling like, yeah, I don't have that kind of support, I don't know what I'm going to do, trust me, you have that support. A lot of people who don't know you very well, a lot of other entrepreneurs, a lot of other people who want to do what you're doing. I reached out to people and was just like, hey, would you do this for me? And I got a lot of yeses. I was really impressed. Years ago, I would have said, no, I don't have that kind of support, I can't do it. But I gave it a chance, and I reached out, and we did it. So yay, I'm a best-selling author, and I just want to share that with you guys because you can do it too. And I hope you do. I hope 2020 is your year. If you want to talk about it, reach out. I'm happy to talk. Post in the comments. I'm sure everybody would love to chat about you becoming a best-selling author as well. So have a good rest of your day. I have a client coming up in a few minutes, so I'm going to take care of that. But yay! Have a good one.